Yeah.
Yo, what up, world?
We good.
How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? I'm looking down.
Yeah, you get it.
Y'all might be looking at this position like, what the hell is going on? Why he got the mic over
It's a little different.
Sitting next to him, yeah, I don't like him that much. But
We're brothers.
no, we're not. There's a reason why.
No, we're
because
not.
we have some wonderful guests with us. These are good brothers right here.
Big fact.
So we're not gonna
They
do an
real
intro
brothers.
for them. We're not gonna do the
Yeah,
intro
yeah.
for them. They actually they can do their own intro because they nice with it. They're our brothers from another.
Yeah.
But we gonna let y'all introduce yourself. Tell the people who y'all are.
Yes, I mean, we are the Verse for Verse podcast.
Shout out to
First
Verse
and
for Verse.
foremost.
Yes, sir. Shout out Verse for Verse.
You know what I'm saying? But I go by Handsome High. You know, you can Google that name. Everything I do will pop up. It's only one me, Handsome HYE.
Yeah.
I'm Big U, aka BG Thunder 77, and I'm the older brother.
Yeah. And I'm James Rich. I'm the middle brother. And we're all artists too. We're all rappers and writers. So yeah, that's us. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes.
Yeah, like a rap group.
No, we just...
Individual rappers.
Yeah, we started...
They was a rap group.
So it's like he's, you know, the older brother, so he's the OG.
He's the manager.
Yeah, no, like, he's the GOAT. He sing, rap, write.
Okay.
He was in the group.
Nah, he was hitting the
Jack
notes.
of all trades.
Right, he's the
Okay,
guy.
okay.
So, you know, we grew up watching him,
Okay.
going to his practices with
Yeah.
his group, Insight. And then I decided I wanted to start rapping. I started rapping. Then
I just followed up.
it's like, and then, you know, because we only 2 years apart, we like, listen, we need to be the new group, brothers, like the Clips, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot of groups with brothers. So, you know, we did that. We was making mixtapes and stuff. And then things happen. I had a child, I believe.
Okay.
I slowed down on the music a little bit. He kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when we came back together, we still make music, but we're not a group anymore. We do our solo things, but we just had a show
Facts.
Saturday. We
In
always
my mind,
performing.
That's dope. Clap it up for that. That's dope.
What's up?
Facts.
Clap it up for that. That's dope. That's fire.
Brooklyn Music Kitchen. We just did a show there. Had about a 35, 40-minute set, and we tore it up, tore it down. Word.
Facts.
I used to rap in high school. Do you remember?
Yo, you did.
But
Yo,
What was your rap
What
name?
kind? Yeah.
listen, it was a bunch. The first name was my initials, LRJ,
the
Sean
one I remember.
Russell Jr.
I remember that.
The first one in middle school was nuts. I used to call myself Celos.
C-Los.
You look,
Okay.
you look like CeeLo a little bit, though.
And that's why I deviated away from that, because I'm like, all right, that's too close. It wasn't. I like to wear glasses, and then that shit was like, nah. I fell off it because. I fell off it because it's crazy. I fell off it because it's crazy for me. It was like I felt like I love hip hop too much to fuck it up. So I felt like I told D the story before. I was like, laughing.
That's tough, though. I fuck with that.
What story it is.
So I felt like my rhymes weren't progressing with age. So as I got older, I was still rapping like I did when I was fucking 13, 14 years old. And that shit didn't
Gotcha.
sound good.
Got you.
And I remember being in my boy's studio like, nah, this ain't it, though.
Yeah.
He was like, what you mean? I'm like, I'm not progressing the way I would like to. Like, my wordplay was getting better, but the delivery was the same. So I'm like...
So
funny.
was it also like the content?
never heard
What was
of that
the
before.
content? Did it change a lot, or you were still doing the same type of rapping about the same things?
So when I started, I was more into like conscious rap.
All right.
So I was rapping my shit that just hit my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I was young, so a lot of my rhymes had like fucking Pokemon, Digimon themes to it and shit.
Yeah.
Got you.
I got a little bit older. I remember being in the studio talking about shooting motherfuckers. I had never shot a gun in my life. So I'm like...
Hip hop.
Necessary. Necessary.
And I remember just being...
We're all shooting people. Come on, try it. You want to shoot somebody? Just say it.
I remember one of my football coaches had heard one of my mixtapes was like, yo, you said you killed somebody. Who you shoot? What? I'm like, I ain't shoot nobody. I just witnessed it.
Oh man.
He was like, nah. And I just want him to start thinking about that shit. Like, Nah, man, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I hated the most was when motherfuckers found out you rap, they walk up to you like, yo, spit something.
Yeah.
Nigga, leave me alone. That shit ain't cute.
I remember when didn't somebody have a diss track like you and made a diss
Oh
track
my
on
God.
somebody?
So
this was back in high school. We had to play 10th grade, bro.
This was 10th grade
That was
going
like
into
10th
junior
grade.
year. So
My man had a whole
everybody
beef, yo.
everybody started to like group off and shit. So when I moved to Union the end of our freshman year going into my sophomore year. So as I started to get really cool and close with everybody, people was like, "Oh, you rap?"
Yeah.
And I would freestyle for people and shit because I thought I had it.
Yeah.
So I was like, that shit sound fire. So as people started to group off, it was these two dudes I played football with. One of them was actually like a world-renowned DJ now. Shout out to Ace, DJ Ace, whatever.
Ace Boogie.
Shout out to Flips in London right now. London right now. They tried to bring me into their little thing. Don't ask me the name, I don't remember it. But they tried to bring me in theirs, but since they knew each other, they was giving each other all the studio time, and I'd just be sitting in the corner like, yeah. So then my boy Kyle hit me up like, yeah, man, I got a studio in my basement. I'm like, word. But then Kyle and Ace didn't fuck with each other.
Oh, okay.
So
There it goes.
Kyle brought me over to the crib. He's like, yo, what's up? We about to lay some shit down right now. I'm like, word? It's my first time in the actual like studio setup. So I'm like, oh, he giving this shit to me. And I ain't gonna front. I did some sucker shit. Because Ace is my mans. But Kyle and Ace ain't fuck with each other. And
you knew that.
I was going in and I use that fuel to get these motherfuckers mad because I felt like I was like being a marketing genius a little bit. Because I felt like if I threw flame on the fire, like fuel to the fire, it'll blow all of us the fuck up.
Yeah.
So all I remember is one of the bars was like, yeah, I got a 52 decker card. I ain't pulled no aces out yet.
It was on some Diddy and Suge Knight. Come to death row.
And
That's
I
what he
didn't,
was doing over
but we
there.
was like, the shit wasn't supposed to go down the way it did because he thought that one bar was so fire. The rest of the fucking track was ass. And I get to school on the next Monday, and everyone done heard the shit because he uploaded it on MySpace.
That's what my favorite spot.
We had some rap battle beef, but they ain't.
I was about to, because honestly,
they ain't done well.
I know
I'm
we
about to
met y'all
say.
before, and y'all gonna have to check this out later. But we actually, I'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
later. But I wanted to get into. Y'all said that y'all rap, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
I want to know. What's the journey been like? I know you said like you wrote, you still, you say you had battles and things like that. Like, what's that venture like? Because some of our viewers, we know that they're younger, they trying to get into other stuff. We promote like entrepreneurial spirits and stuff. So like when it comes to music, right? There's people out there every day trying to make a track.
Yeah.
What would you say for you is like the best way to get like your tracks out? Like your stuff that you want to get out. How like your process.
He's
like
a marketing genius over here. Talk to me.
It's
Don't
funny.
give away all your secrets.
No, I mean, the cliche answer is, right now we got social media, right? So the cliche answer, first part of it to me is just do what you want to do, whatever that is. I don't care if you want to freestyle all day or if you want to make songs and be a hit artist, whatever. Do what you want to do. I think that's the first thing. But as far as like specific things, like for me, I'm even in a transition point myself where I feel like music isn't the same. We was kind of alluding to it. Like, I don't think it has the same love. I also don't think people have the same love for it. I think it's more of a business now. So with that being said, for me, I feel like music should accompany something now. I feel like music is more of a soundtrack to me. And I've kind of mad I'm giving this out because this is my next like venture. But it's like, find a way to make your music connect to business and lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I think people gravitate toward that, right? And if you go on social media right now, all you see is people trying to better their lives and add value. It's not, the music should be like the soundtrack for something. That's my little secret there. People eat it up more because I think nowadays people don't value the music as much. Before the album drop, you go to the store, you cop it. Yeah. I mean, when I was coming up, you listen to that shit all day. Yep. Now albums come out all the time. You hear it, you forget about it. It don't matter.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Or you know.
I mean, and I'll say, depending on, you got to come into the music game now understanding what are you doing it for, okay? Right? Because some people get in like, I want to be like Drake. I want to be the most famous superstar in the world, and it's like, it's not a bunch of those, you know what I mean? So you got to figure out what success is to you.
Yeah.
So like for me, I was just having this conversation with my bro Bakari the other day because I told him about the show and he couldn't make it, and I was telling him the show was crazy. And he was like, yo, so what's next or whatever? I'm like, so, you know, success for me, I just want to be able to travel to different states or out of the country where I could book a venue for 200 people maybe, and they gonna buy tickets and they know me. I could go to Texas and they like, oh, here's some coming.
But you know they rocking with you.
Right. A lot of successful artists doing that.
So this is what I'm saying. But you know, some artists don't understand that and look at that as success. They want to be top 2 in the world, album drop, and it's like you don't need that to be successful and make money. You know what I mean? I made some money at this show Saturday. I ain't gonna tell y'all about.
You ain't got to tell them all.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
we ain't in your pocket.
Just saying. You know what I mean? There's ways, and like I said, you got to know what you're doing it for. Are you doing it just to make money? Are you doing it for the love? You know what I mean? We all want to make money off of doing the things we love, obviously. But if no money comes, can you still do it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's another thing.
I like that.
I think that keeps the fire going too, right? Because when things get hard, if you don't love what you're doing, and you're not making $1 million, you're gonna quit. And anything worth achieving is gonna be difficult. So you gotta love what you're doing to keep moving.
Keep that going.
You should tell them about
I was just about to say,
stuff you've been. You know what I mean?
He asked the rapper question, and it's crazy.
You know what? I want to know your journey then.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. So rap wise, I would probably say I started rapping and singing at the same time when I was little, probably like 8, 9, 10 years old. But my first raps that I wrote was negative raps about shit that was going on in my personal life, so I don't think I gravitated toward them. I can remember the first decently positive one. I think I made up. The shit was something like, my name is Paco. I know I'm cool because in my backyard I got a swimming pool. I go outside to do the break dance. I spin on my knee and bust a hole in my pants. Some wild shit like that when I was little. But my pops has been a performer all my life since I was young and still performing now in Vegas. He sings every day, does shows and stuff. So he had me singing since I was very young. So when I was young, it was like, am I a singer, rapper? I didn't really think of rapping, so I sung.
Shit, they all sing and rap now.
But I always rap, though. I sung, but I always rap. So, like, when it came time to become serious about it, I got into a group called Insight with some of my friends, and we chased that singing thing. I was on Apollo. We used to do shows and all types of shit like that. But I always rap. And I always felt like I was nice at rapping, but I never pursued like trying to think I could be a rapper. But I was always so like, I just love music. And then with them, like when I used to be trying to do the music thing as far as the singing is concerned, I would bring them into the studio and then they got acclimated, and just over time. And that's one thing I think my journey reflecting for people that's trying to get into this. You got to put the time into the craft or whatever you're doing, whether it's rapping, singing, whatever you're going to do, you got to put that time in, because I think we put probably collectively, you got tens of thousands of hours into it. So like you were saying, some people will come up to you and say like rap or something when you used to rap. So it might not be something that's preferred out of any of us, but I'm sure that we could all just rap. Or if somebody says sing, I could sing. It's going to be something that people will be like, oh, that nigga.
I'm bust a rap right now.
It's not going to be like, oh, whatever he rap. They're going to be like, oh, he rap.
He knows how to do this.
Without the bars.
You got to do it enough to have it on standby like that.
I mean, they'll tell you. I mean, me personally, you know, I'm on it all the time. I mean, I'm bringing them like, yo, come to the studio. I got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's on his stuff, it's different. You know what I mean? Like,
thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
He be in the zone.
But like he said, you know, it's so many more things going on with our lives. You know, we done got into the stock market. We trying to, you know, provide certain things. And even for me, I stopped going to the studio as much when I started the podcast because this was my new investment. You know what I mean? So it's like, right, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, I still got to pay for studio time. But this is new studio time. I got to, you know what I mean? So, you know, you got to figure out what you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you even brought up y'all pod, because I want to know because when we talk about music, you know what I'm saying? We talk about music, it's cool. Like, yo, I like this song, I like that song, you heard this or whatever. But what made y'all want to get into what y'all do with y'all podcast? Because I'm not going to lie, I seen y'all work, and it's not like you just go, yo, let's listen to this song and talk about it like some of these other people do. Like, y'all literally are surgeons, how y'all dissect it. So what made y'all want to, like, get into that version of what it is that y'all do on y'all podcast?
I mean, so
he's kind of the architect of it.
Nah, it's crazy. You know, it's a long story. I'm not going to tell the long story, but I had to go to Idaho, and I was working in Idaho for 6 months. I was out there by myself, my family. I haven't seen them in a while. You know what I mean? And he started a podcast.
I might have started podcasting.
Right.
Let me just start there.
Like,
okay.
No, like,
I might have been the first person to do a podcast.
Like before y'all ever heard of the word podcast. Yeah. So if y'all go on YouTube,
Soulja Boy a podcast, but actually the first one to do it.
I mean, I don't like saying. I don't like saying.
I'm about to put
I don't like saying
right
stuff
now.
like that.
Yo, flex, bro.
Listen. What they called it back
I'm about to tell you. No, that's what I'm saying. It was nothing.
Let's hear this. Let's
so him and my other man's J.O., they decided to do this thing called the Cool Table.
Yeah. Okay.
Where they sat down at my mother's table in the house or wherever we was at, Johnny's barbershop.
Started in our room.
Started in the room.
Had a MacBook.
And we was always the cool kids in high school. So we kept it going after high school. This is the cool table. You know, you had to be able to sit at the cool. Now we're going to tell you what's cool.
Yeah,
you
that's
feel
what
me?
it was. It's us talking shit.
Okay.
So they was doing this. You know what I'm saying? Episode that me and my boy RZA, we had a segment on there called Wildin' for Respect. We come and be kind of disrespectful and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they did this so long ago and everybody loved it. They like, yo, y'all need to bring it back. Bring the Cool Table back. Bring the Cool Table. But it's the growth, right? I think you could speak into that. It was like, we don't want to bring that back because we're in a different place. It would be hard to have that same energy that we had when we did it. And now podcasting is a whole thing.
Yeah. And also, I don't want to cut your wisdom, but like, it was also, for me, it felt more negative because we would say positive stuff, but it was like, that shit ain't cool. Which now, that's the whole podcast is because that's how
told
you get.
Niggas you can't wear jean shorts.
Yeah.
They told them, what else? Other things.
Yeah, I found that out later. Jean shorts.
I found that out
Basically, since I'm 10 years older than them, they was telling niggas they couldn't do none of the stuff that I was regularly doing. I'm like, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I come out the room like,
They're like, okay, so you can't do that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But so it was, I kind of like, as we grew up, and then I was like, I don't want to be negative no more. Should have kept being negative because, I'm telling you, this podcast was this is when Twitter was hot, so people hating us, so it was crazy on Twitter. It was so big. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just kind of
so then he made another podcast, Dad as Fuck.
Yeah, Daddy, yeah. We did that here.
Right. They actually did that with Marv at the other studio they had. And he was doing that. I think COVID happened.
Oh,
that stopped. You know what I mean? That stopped. And me, I always wanted to do the podcast thing, but I watched all of the people that was doing it, and I'm like, it's got to be so difficult to try to come up with something to talk about every week. I don't want to get into it trying to really figure out, like, damn, what's going on in the news today? Oh, Kyrie, let's talk about Kanye and I'm not into that. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, so I'm like, I need to find something that I don't have to think about. And then music, it just hit me.
You can't run out of that shit.
Because right, it's like we could do a whole year of 70s music, a whole year of 80s music. Like, we could do a whole white people section of music, women music, whatever. Like, so once I thought about it, I was out in Idaho. I'm in this hotel. I'm like, I got it. I'm like, this is it. This is the podcast. This is the one. It hasn't been done. I'll never run out of content. I don't have to think too hard. I love music. My brothers, also, what happened before that was during COVID.
I was about to say that. Yeah,
that's the other part. We was doing this thing online called Sip and Play. Shout out to Bryce,
which was actually what was it? It was what's Swizzy and them
Verses.
Before.
Yeah. So no. It was with Verses.
Yeah.
So what it was, Versus was doing their thing. If y'all remember when Swiss and Tim started it. And we was like, this is dope, but
these matches are happening.
Right. We got other matches in our head that we wish we could do Whitney and somebody, but she's dead. Rest in peace. I mean, so we started doing on Instagram Live verses between us and our friends, where we would be somebody. I would be Jeezy, he'd be T.I., and we'll do like a verses. We call it Sip and Play. So we was doing that, and then what happened was we wanted to do Jay-Z. But it's certain people on Instagram Live, you play their music, they shut it off immediately.
As soon as you start playing.
So it was like, me and him was like, we wanted to do a Jay-Z and Nas battle.
Okay. Oh, that's
But
fire.
we can't do it on live because they're going to cut it off.
Jay just allowed them to start putting his music on Instagram.
You understand? So...
yeah, you couldn't put it on the story.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. So then we was like, yo, if we do the battle, we got to just do it and rap the words ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was the thought before. And now when I'm in Idaho, I put it all together and I'm like, podcast, verse for verses, break down verses, boom, we never run out of content. Best thing in the world.
And I think
that's fire.
And I think another piece of that
to
add though was like you said, like we're artists and we're rappers, so we love
musicians,
rapping, not just loving the music, like hip hop. Like we was raised on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a Bible of some sorts. I used to always say I didn't go to church, but I listened to Jay-Z. That was my Bible, my whole life. Things that he said, like them shit still in my brain. You know what I mean? I live off that.
Have you been to the library in Brooklyn?
No, very soon. I'll be any day now.
Me too.
Any day now. I know they.
Facts.
I know they just extended it to December, bro. So I'm like, I'll be able to get there soon.
And the other part is, you know, honestly, some of these conversations we've had in the house, just sitting down. Yeah. And I'm like, we could bring that right back to the podcast.
Word up.
You know what I mean? So when we came in here, got the couch, it felt like the living room all over again.
That's it. That's
you know
it.
What I mean?
You know what I'm saying? They talk, y'all see that they was talking about stay in the course.
Yeah.
Stay in the course. It don't got to be the same thing every single time, but if you stay the course,
facts.
What your heart feels you should be doing.
And that's the key.
It's easy to then go, yo, I should just do this.
Yeah.
That's smart as hell how you broke. Look at that. Y'all need to check out verse for verse if y'all haven't already, because the way they break down the segments is just how they broke down how they got there. Y'all gotta check it out.
I'm gonna see an episode soon about some dumbass song. I
can't wait for y'all to see that joint.
And you be willing to invest in yourself. All those things. It don't feel as bad when you love it. You know what I'm saying?
That's word.
That's difficult to say.
It don't feel like work.
Yeah,
it don't.
Facts.
I don't want to take up too much more of y'all time, but I do want to know this last thing. Y'all talked on this already about music, the state of music right now. I want to know personally how each of y'all feel, and not necessarily saying it got to go one way or the other. Your personal opinions on the state of music today. I'm talking like the last song that just dropped, like this year. No. Because I want to know how y'all feel.
I'm piggybacking off of what you said. Okay. Because you said music. We're going to keep it hip hop. I want y'all, the state of hip hop.
Yeah.
We're going to go in order. How y'all feel about the state of hip hop currently?
I feel like selfish stuff. I feel like we've been doing
it's always
old nigga hate. But not because I just feel like what is hip hop right now? Like to me, I think that the essence of hip hop is gone, and what people are trying to do is make the next thing that sounds like the thing that's already popping. So the originality is gone out of it, and that's where when I started rapping way back when, and the people that, even the people that are big, like people like DMX or he said Jay-Z, Nas, all of these people, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott's people, they were all, as soon as you heard them, you knew it was them.
You knew.
Seriously.
You would never be able to mistake. Like now, I be hearing little half pint pieces, little whatever.
I think
and little half pint.
I think nothing was worse than when Panda came out and everybody for a week thought that was Future.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro, because I was one of those people.
Yo, you heard that new Future song? Like, nah, that's not Future.
And then people have no problem with that fact that everybody sounds the same. That's cool with everybody. Where before it was like if you said this person sounded like you, it was almost like disrespectful where that could cause beef. We sound like
at
me.
the same time, you know, we got to think about, you know, where music is going with the streaming, right? Like the way people are getting paid is through the streaming. They getting on playlists and stuff like that. So now it's like you make a song that sounds like that song so they can add it right next to that song. And they like, we don't care if they don't know who I am. It's getting streams. They playing it. Pay me.
I'm getting money.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the other part that has messed up the game.
Like you said earlier, man, like it shouldn't be about the money. All of it.
Right.
And the money be good till they got the show or whatever, and they got to show up in front of people and then do whatever it is they're supposed to do.
I'm not paying $300, $400 to watch you perform 2-minute songs.
Yeah.
You good
that's a fact.
And not know the words and rap over it.
Or barely know how to lip sync. Like, show me and give me a performance.
And you just standing there. I can go on YouTube.
And you know, a lot of people talk about it. You know, as much as we talk about, you know, you shouldn't do it for the money. it's a lot of broke
Business,
young black kids out here that could be doing
fact.
something worse.
That's a fact.
So it's like, you know, we
it.
gotta show a little love. Like at least he's not out robbing people.
Yeah.
No, he's
You know what I
robbing
mean?
us.
Get your money.
He's robbing us, all right.
I mean,
Play that ski song one more time.
I'll add that I think, you know, we have to take responsibility for wherever hip hop goes, meaning like the listener, right?
Yeah.
Because it's only whatever we put money and attention into is what's going to be rewarded.
Facts.
So I think it's just a deeper conversation of like, what do we value, right? Like, because music was different because I think we valued what was in the music in the 90s, even early 2000s. I don't want to give a decade because there's been great artists all the time.
That's true.
But I feel like now the powers that be, it's like they can just push out anything and kids and certain people just eat it up. So they're going to keep giving it to us. And I think ultimately, and this is going to go a little left, but I feel like hip hop is like our superpower. And I feel like, you know what I mean, we created that out of nothing.
That ain't far left.
You know,
That's right on the mark.
You
Right,
know
go
what I
ahead.
mean?
Keep talking.
So, you know, I feel like it's kind of by design to water our art form down, you know, so that it's no longer our superpower.
That's deep.
It's deep as hell that you said that, because
That's
for
deep.
me, it's like, it's culture.
Yeah.
And you could definitely see they're trying to water it down for a lot of black kids like me who, you know, product of slavery, we don't know what country in Africa we from. Hip hop is our culture.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
you know, I hang out with
And now it's the world's culture. I'm sorry, but go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. But like,
That's facts.
That's facts.
It's everywhere
and,
now.
And now, that's why it hurts me a little bit when people try to claim it to be something different. When I see it ain't, like, y'all heard me say I gave it up because I love it too much. I thought I was ass at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
That's
I gotta
rare.
move on from it.
And the craziest part about it is like rap is storytelling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That goes way back for all of our generations in this room.
yeah.
Storytelling was our jam, and that's what we do. So
Yeah.
now, like y'all said, it's watered down. We don't even tell the same stories.
Yeah.
You joked about it, right? It's cool about, I'm going to kill this nigga, I'm going to do
Yeah.
this. Because everything sounds cool,
Yeah.
and then everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon kind of, that's this or that's this.
Yeah, and we're not telling authentic stories. I mean, earlier when you was telling that story, it's crazy how we got back here, because I was going to say this earlier when you were telling that
So
story.
everything tends to come full circle on the
Right.
show. We don't know how,
Right.
but it always does.
Circle.
Always. It always does.
Because my thing is like, even with my transition and how I look at music, it's partly what you were saying. It's like, I can't do it in the way that it's done right now. I want to always push it forward and where I think it needs to go. Like I was listening to Drake album, and I'm just like, it doesn't even sound like he's telling his authentic story anymore. He's not telling his story anymore.
And, yo, I'm happy you said it in that way, because
Yeah.
I feel like if Joe said it in the way you just said it, he wouldn't be getting so much backlash.
But Joe
I've been
don't care,
working
that's
on
the
it because
problem.
I felt like Joe off the rip.
But and how you
You had to
presented
tailor it a
that,
little bit better.
and how you
Yeah,
presented
yeah.
that makes sense.
It's frustrating when you know somebody has a certain talent
Yeah.
and a certain education. Like he's a very smart brother, and he knows the power of his words. He knows who he is. He has the ability, and to see him at that age deliver these stories, that I feel like I just look at it like he has to look in the mirror and say, this isn't even my story. You know what I mean? So you know,
I
we're not
got a
telling us.
question. So, are we saying that hip hop is like we're saying it's watered down? Or are we saying the hip hop that was the essence is not popularized anymore?
I have a way to preserve all of that. This is my idea, and I've been saying this for years. We do what other genres of music do.
Subgenre.
There you go. You bring it up.
And
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say
Facts.
that, and I agree with it.
That would solve a lot
That
of
would
shit,
solve a
honestly.
lot of shit. You can't be like, oh man, this is ass. No, this is trap.
For that genre,
Right.
it's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I just was having a conversation with my homie Q last night, and he was mad. He was like, Ice Spice won the award over Lola Brooke, and he's like, I don't understand how that happened. And I'm like, well, first it's off popularity.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
So if we look at the numbers, she clearly probably supposed to win the
Because
award.
I hate to sound like that guy. Who is Lola Brooke?
Lola Brooke, yeah. And she's nice. You know what I mean? She's super nice. She got a
So
bunch of
I'm-
freestyles.
I'm gonna listen
but
to
that's
it
the same
when
thing. Like, I don't know her songs.
Yeah.
I know Ice Spice songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I've
it's
seen
everywhere.
like some Lola Brooke stuff. But then I told him, I'm like, I was in the club a couple weeks ago, and I heard the Ice Spice song come on, and I realized why it's good. The women started shaking ass all over the place, and I was like, "It makes sense now.
Son,
this
where'd
is
you
what
find
it's for."
that?
You know what I mean? Like it's not
supposed to be a fun,
it's
shake your
not
ass
for
kind
the
of song.
niggas
Yeah.
to show. You hear
Damn.
that? You hear what she's saying?
Did you see the meme that she?
You hear what
Did you
sounds
see
like
the
Pop
meme
Smoke?
that she is Pop Smoke?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all see it?
Nah, I gotta see that.
If you
Somebody
listen
said
to
she's
it,
Pop
it's
Smoke.
the same stuff with
They
a
said
different voice.
I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. Pause. She said, "Imagine Pop Smoke saying this." He said, "She here shaking her panty. She wet like jelly. 100 bands in the deli. Still rocking her. Sound like Pop Smoke.
That's
That's
crazy.
Ice Spice.
That's crazy.
Same flow.
That's
everything,
crazy.
just different
And
voice."
it's crazy because
that's
I have
crazy.
I have beef with drill music.
Yeah.
Like I'm not big on drill music, but and it's crazy how that worked too. Because I started fucking with Pop, and he passed away. I'm
Yeah,
like,
same,
shit.
yo.
Well, so
started
I'm
getting
glad you
into
brought
it.
that up because my thing is to answer your question and jump on what you're saying, Paul, is like we don't. It's not about everybody doing one type of music, right? And having these great concepts. No, but I think if we authentically tell our stories, it's gonna be beautiful because you're gonna have a Pop Smoke, you're gonna have an Ice Spice, you're gonna have a J. Cole, you're gonna have and you're gonna push each other forward.
And
they'll all be uniquely authentic.
Oh, uniquely
And
authentic.
that was
Yes,
more
yes.
my issue with it because Pop came out and then they all tried to emulate what he was doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh, no. Like,
So let's all drill. Let's all be
Even-
crip.
even-
Let's all sound like Batman.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So the last thing.
track like, do you believe?
Hold on, no. Now, since we on, the Educated Podcast, I gotta say this. The other part about this is this now beneficial for our culture?
No.
That's the other part
That's
for me.
That's
Yeah.
that's
a
the
great
problem.
question.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
And my answer is, it's doing more damage than positive at
Facts.
this point. It has started to tip. Like and you made me think when you say everybody be pie, everybody be crip. You got kids that don't know nothing about the streets, but this is a culture now to just be gang banging and do these
It
things.
started off as people projecting what they were going
We're going through, exactly.
I said on when I was a little world traveler on one of those episodes, I went to the fucking Philippines in February. This dude, you could tell, never been around black people in his life. I had a bandana, people wear bandanas for COVID masks. So I had an actual COVID mask that was shaped like a bandana.
Gotcha.
It was red.
I got one of those too.
This nigga pulled up on me and was like, "Are you blood?" And I looked at this Filipino dude like, "What you know about blood?"
Bloods, right?
He
Like
was-
if I was,
Yo, and-
fall back.
but here's my thing. I'm by myself out there. So now I'm thinking logically, what if that shit really is out here? Now I gotta make sure that I ain't on the bullshit.
He had to switch up the
Filipino
bandana.
bloods is out here.
So I'm like,
He had to switch up the bandana.
but I'm like, nah.
Safe mask.
He was like, I'm like, nah. But I'm
With
like,
an
I asked
N95.
him, I'm like, what made you ask, man? He said, no, man, we just love you guys. He's talking about us.
Wow.
He had his whole family come and take pictures with me like I was some celebrity, dog.
Yeah.
My girl over there just looking at me.
And
I'm
what
like,
he knows about us is we're gang members.
Exactly. And that, it was funny at the time, but as I started
They
to
definitely know
really
Lil Wayne.
dissect what the fuck just happened, I'm like,
What
yo,
does that mean?
that was some bullshit. And like you said, so it's doing more damage because people who don't experience what we actually go through think we're all living that type of life.
Facts.
Yeah, I've been around it, but I ain't none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that
mean,
shit was crazy.
And even for me, like when I was back when I was in Idaho, when I came up with this, I had stopped rapping for a moment. I'm like, because I needed to do some elevation myself. And I'm like, I'll start again when I feel like it's something new for me to rap about.
Yeah, something new to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And, shout out to my bro Sal. You know what I mean? He hit me up and he's like, he be marching and, he's a poet. So me and him, I have a lot of deep conversations with my brothers and my friends.
He uses really big words.
Hey,
T.I.
but like, I never really
Biggest words.
would put the conversations that I have, the deep ones, on record. Like, I'm big on relationships. I do talk, fly stuff, New York fly stuff. But he is always trying to get a message across. So when I went to the studio, he sent me some songs. I was like, damn, I got to keep up with him and make sure I'm on topic of what we talking about.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of elevated me. And now I'm at this level where everything is making sure it's knowledgeable, and I want my kids to be able to listen to it. And from years now, you know what I mean? They can hear it and be like, okay, he's talking about something that I need to know or something we spoke about in the house, you know?
Nice.
You want it to mean something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You want it to have some substance.
100%. And I think that's part of the essence of hip hop, and I think we're losing that a little bit. Because now it's how do I make money off it?
Yeah.
My girl asks me all the time why I listen to the same artist all the time. I'm like, because none of this new shit touches me.
I have a theory. No, I have a theory. See, you got me going. I got a theory.
Go ahead, brother. Speak on
I got a theory that our consciousness as a people has risen, which is why the music is not getting the same love. Like you said, people are going to concerts and nobody's coming because the conscience of the people is like, we don't even live this.
Yeah.
The music that's hot right now on the radio, that's not the majority of people's lives. And we know that it's detrimental. So we don't connect to it. We're still listening to artists from 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a big fan of 80s music. Like, huge. Rapping in the 80s, yo, I'm talking
like
Run DMC with the dance moves.
Chilling at the park.
Slick Rick. Children's Story to this day. Children's Story by Slick Rick is one of my favorite songs ever, yo. And the crazy part about that story,
earlier, baby.
that was some real shit. Like, he throwing a little kid voice. Bruh, but that was a real story he was telling. And it's like, that's his experience. So, like, Children's Story, you could throw that on a karaoke machine. I'm saying bar for bar. I love that damn song, yo. 80s and 90s. But like you said,
sometimes
like,
I'm alone in my room. That's my shit.
There's music now that I'll listen to, and it's like you said, like, I don't vibe with. It's a bop. Like I'm driving with the window down a summer day, like you feeling good. The music is, the bass is there. Now it's like, for me, I don't even really listen to the words. It's like, is the beat going to be good at least? Can I feel good when I listen to it? But if I want the raps, I know who I could listen to.
That's
like, I can listen to Kendrick. I can listen to Cole for the newer music. You know
that's why subgenres work, because you can use the music for what you need it for.
Facts.
Like, if I want to listen to some turn up shit, I'm about to go work out. All right, cool. We listen to some turn up shit. That's why I'm able to listen to other genres as well. I listen to a lot of EDM rock. I can listen to that shit because that shit has its value, what you need it for. Right. A lot of hip hop right now is just a blended ass mess, and that's why we're sitting up here like, yo, a lot of it ain't good for us, but some of it really is.
Real quick, to your point about it being watered down, and to what you said about like every amalgamation of the songs just being there.
But you said, what word was that?
Amalgamation. That's good stuff.
Amalgamation.
Gotta introduce him himself.
Oh my God. Hold up. Nah, we're not just gonna move past. Define that shit.
Amalgamation is like, let's say all of us go to the store. Okay. Right? There's an amalgamation of us. We're together. We bring it together. You know what I'm saying?
It's just word every day. You fuck me up with that. I've never heard that word.
I was just gonna act like I understood him, but
so a better way I can say this,
context clues.
Exactly. The music is like a melting pot. Is that a better way to say it?
No. You said it the right way. I just wanted to know what it meant.
But what I'm saying is like cultures, black cultures now, it is a melting pot. Like many of us don't identify with each other. So when we listen to certain songs, like y'all saying about having subcategories, you got light skin versus dark skin versus we all black. You know what I'm saying? So with the music, they trying to blend all of that together, but it doesn't work because everybody's message ain't the same. But it's all under one umbrella.
Yeah,
so that's sense. I think that contributes to the watering down, because it's like I can't differentiate Cole between Future because they both can go up as best rap album of the year. But Future is, to me, I mean, he's a rapper, but he makes turn up music. I'm not gonna go to the club to turn up to Kendrick. He might have some songs that make me go like this, but I ain't gonna be turning up to Kendrick.
I did that shit in my bowling league. I put a Kendrick song on that I thought was like a little high tempo. When you hear that shit like in a loud room, everybody just sitting there like, why you got this on? I'm like, I thought this shit was it. Yo, the crazy part is I was getting
everybody looked at him
because it's a Latino league, so the dudes usually are playing like old Mexican music. So they was like, LaShawn, take it over. So I'm putting music on. Mexican music. I know what I'm about. So, but it's a lot of us in the league. So they're like, yo, can we mix it up? So they're like, Sean, do it.
Pass me the oats.
So what I fucked up at was I started off hot. I put International Players Anthem on first.
Okay.
Everybody going. So I went 5 straight songs and like, all right, that's it. I put Element on, thinking that it's the same shit. And everybody's just looking at me like, how would you put this on?
Different vibration.
Like, you just killed the whole thing, bro.
Because when they hear Kendrick, they instantly know, yo, he about to say some shit. Like, he about to say something you got to listen
to. It's a different vibration,
That's
man.
it.
They walked up to me like, yo, take your Bluetooth off.
Speaking of what you were saying, it's like when you were saying, what's the word?
Amalgamation.
You made me think like music is also like it's scientific now, right? Like the way I just read an article talking about how Doritos has all these scientists create the flavors for Doritos. Yeah. Right? It's crazy. It's like they all the stuff about how crunchy it is to the spiciness to the salt and all that. It makes you keep eating it, right? Right? And I feel like music's the same way now. It's like you give it a certain 808. A certain flow, and now we in this trance, and you're gonna like it. You don't gotta even know. You know it's not doing nothing for you.
I didn't know until I went to the club because I really I hated Ice Spice originally. Hated her.
It's science, man.
I'm like, what is this? She sounds like she doesn't know how to speak correctly. Like she didn't graduate from 6th grade, 5th grade.
Panty. That's not plural,
bro. But
they ushered her in with Cardi. I'm
telling you, man. But I went to the club and I said it all makes sense. She's here for the baddies.
And then to your point about frequency, real talk, like people who meditate and stuff like that, they do the ohms. There's certain frequencies in music that it's like a trance. Like you just bob your head, you don't even realize.
Who cloned Tyrone?
Yes, exactly.
That's where Ice Spice was in that movie.
Was she?
No, I'm just saying. The people that look
like he's like, yo, she could have been in that.
All the did I miss that? With the frogs?
Yeah,
you don't know.
I ain't gonna say no more.
They watching.
Yo, I'm happy as hell y'all came through today. Real talk.
But before we close it out, I got a question for all y'all.
That's it?
No, that's not it. We still going, but I want to make sure we get into this topic. I like to ask people who's their top 5 artists. I'm not going. I'm not.
He hates this question.
It's on my list.
Right now. You're not going to get a top 5
We've
from
been working
him.
on it for
You're not going to get
years.
Listen, because I know people usually say top 5 rappers, lyricists. I know you could bring it up. So that's why I just keep it top 5 artists.
Whatever.
Oh, artists.
DOA.
That's even crazy.
You talking DOA, right?
That's too much pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
What do you mean that's too much pressure?
Because 5 out of all the artists.
I'm about to say,
you would name a top 10?
Nah, that's still a lot.
It's better if you keep it at one category. Aren't
you
singers
can
or
do
rappers?
You want to do it? You want to do one category? Do one category.
All right. So top 5 lyricists.
Lyricists.
Who want to start it off?
I'm gonna just go rappers. It's too complicated. I'm gonna go my top 5 rappers: Jay, Nas.
Okay. No specific order. Just
this is order.
All right. So we starting 5.
Jay, Nas, Nip.
1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
1 to 5.
1 to 5. So Jay 1.
Jay, Nas
2.
Nip
3.
Damn, gets tough. Oh yeah, Kanye.
Now he's
Kanye
trying to
4.
get a fake one right
Kanye,
now.
no.
This is fake list.
Kanye.
He's trying to make it sound good for the show.
Listen, we gonna get viewers off this list.
No, it's not. Jay, Nas, Kanye. And if it's an order, gotta be Kanye. Jay, Nas, Kanye, Nip, Pusha T. Now, I have a caveat. Since Kanye, he has help. If he's not there, I'm putting Kendrick.
Okay. Right, so
and that's a brand new list.
That's the
he
same
just made that up Monday.
The only difference is me throwing Kendrick in there. Jada used to be Jada.
Would knock Jada out of it.
Now, listen, and it's crazy because at our show later we're gonna have this talk, but
they about to take your New York card.
That's why I'm mad. I love niggas know I love Jada, but whatever.
You need some more time, Jeff. Alright, so look, I'm gonna give y'all my 5. My 5 is real strange. Y'all might not even know most of these guys.
It's all good. It's your top 5.
Listen, my top 5 is like this. Jay is the GOAT. He's the one. You know what I'm saying? Now, after him, I'm going. I don't know my order, but we got Pusha T, we got Jada Kiss, we got
You done messed them up.
Who's my Graph. There we go. Graph. My guy Graph.
My name Graph, y'all.
Word?
Huh?
That's right. Yeah. I like
you know Graph?
Who Graph?
You gotta look him up.
Yeah, G-R-A-F-H.
He was saying his name Graph.
Oh, no, that's his line. When Graph comes on the song, he got my name Graph, y'all.
That's his thing.
But you got another that's fire, bro.
That's hilarious.
And then my 5th person, normally it is Jeezy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then my 6th man is DMX.
Okay.
That's new to you.
No, X has always been there. He's old. He would be. Remember, I normally don't put Jay in my 5 because I say he's better than everybody, and I give a 5.
Gotcha.
And then DMX would have been in it.
So Jay's got his own spot.
Yeah,
and then there's a 5.
That's how I like to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
People really be on some bullshit like Jay and Nip. I'm like, what fucking world y'all live in, dog? That he top.
He's the guy.
Jay's the GOAT.
He's the guy.
Let me see
You ready
that.
yet?
Me. So I'm gonna go. Mine ain't in no order.
Okay.
So I'm going Hove. I'm going Big. I'm going 3 Stacks. I'm going Big Daddy Kane, and I'm going The Locks. I always use The Locks.
That's cheating, but we want.
Nah, you gotta respect it.
That's 3.
We gotta give the educated brothers a round of applause for giving the top 5 out of 7. This is the first time ever. First time
That's
ever.
what's up. I'll take that. I'll take that.
telling you.
Dad, that
First
seems
time
like it was
ever.
hard work, brother. It seems like it was hard work and nobody else could do it.
Technically 7.
If I want it, I'm like,
And we got the exclusive. We got the exclusive because he won't do that to nobody else. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I've given my top 5 on another episode, but that top 5 was artists. If I'm going to go top 5 rappers, Jay's number 1. I still put Lupe number 2.
Ooh, that's my guy.
I put Lupe number 2.
he's about to give James Rich his
Top 10.
Listen, you watch the episode. He's saying, I think Lupe and Jay is like neck and neck. This is what he's saying. He doesn't put him in the top 5. He's crazy.
Skill wise.
This is my brother, y'all. He's crazy.
A lot of other things that go into
He's
this.
crazy.
A lot of other things.
You right under the bus.
Yeah.
But nah, so it's Jay, Lupe, Kanye, Gambino still.
Oh, that's one.
That's 4, right? That's 4?
Childish. Gambino.
Listen, I fucks with Gambino.
Oh, yeah, you still doing artists, right?
No, this is rappers to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll get into that.
Yeah, let me.
But number 5 is always a toss-up for me because I could throw so many into that 5th spot.
Of course.
So I'm not going to, for the sake of keeping it at 5, I'm not going to put mad other people in it. Nah. It would have,
All of them.
It would have to be Andre, bro, because when
3 Stacks.
certain artists, certain groups, when I heard them for the first time, it was like, yo, this rap. Like, I remember the first time, I still can't say the name of the song correctly because of my list. Southern Playlist.
Cadillac. Yeah.
When I heard that shit for the first time, I'm like, it's something here. And I'm like, yo, this nigga got it. And I don't think I've ever heard a bad verse. I've heard him make bad songs good.
Ever.
I've heard him make bad
So
songs
he was
good,
Jada before Jada? Never had a whack verse?
Son, I've never heard him say anything bad.
Put you in the black curse.
Listen, I've listened to that man make really bad songs decent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way this shit should have hit the way it did. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess we went around the room, right? I guess
It's on you.
Right.
it's on you, dog.
We doing
no,
lyricists?
No pressure.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever floats, you know.
No, I want to do lyricists because
Okay.
I like the raps,
hear it.
not entertainer or artists. I want lyricists. We're gonna go Jay.
All right.
My second is Kanye, but old Kanye. Like I'm talking college dropout Kanye.
Yeah.
That's the one I associate when I say his name.
Yeah, nah, he was different.
Third, I got Kendrick on there. 4th, I got Nas. My 5th spot.
We got the same list.
I respect
What's
that.
After he named his 5th, I want to ask you another question.
My 5th spot is difficult, but we can't do no cop outs. So I'm putting Big on there on my 5th spot.
Okay. Love that.
What made you put Nip in your list?
That nigga,
He just
man.
put him there.
Damn.
What made him? He made
Today made him.
Yeah.
Today made him.
That's not true, actually.
Nah, we just shot an episode Sunday where
Yeah.
he did one of his favorite verses was a Nip verse.
Okay.
And, you know, that's definitely...
So there's some truth to it.
yeah,
There's some
100%.
truth to it.
But I'm saying it's truth to Lupe, it's
Yeah.
truth to Wiz, maybe?
I've
No?
never put these guys in my top 5.
Okay.
Ever.
I
You
thought
said
I
Lil
heard
But
Jon.
he did say
Wiz
Lupe
would be
was
in
the
my
top 10. I was about to say, you did
Wiz
say
would
that.
be on my top 10. Yes.
Cause your orange
definitely.
juice, my shit.
Yeah.
legendary
Classic.
shit.
Legendary
What's your
for sure.
favorite Nip verse?
It's a verse off. It's a song called Blueprint with
Bino.
with my man from Harlem.
Dave East.
Dave East.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite verse from him. We just did it on verse for verse.
Facts.
But yeah. I mean, you asked why. I mean, I just felt like I look at him like he was so revolutionary. Like for the time, it's like I feel like we haven't had a voice like his since maybe a Pac. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like just he was this generation's like I feel like he's gonna move us forward. His verses talk about the streets, but it talks about elevation at the same time. And it's super. I'm big on authenticity. So I felt like I could feel that he was being his authentic self. So that's my favorite thing about Nip.
My favorite Nip verse is Black Faces. Him and Gambino.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's my shit.
That's super hard.
Gambino got to be in there, right?
That's super hard.
Listen, I discover a lot of the artists I like because of artists I rock with.
Yeah,
like,
that's how it should be.
When we had... Yo, he better come on the show. I ain't playing with him. So when we did the
We'll
Cat
talk
Daddy
about that off
episode, when I
camera.
named my top 5 artists,
Cat Daddy.
number 5 up there.
That's crazy.
What?
I'm not allergic though.
I told you I'm getting better, bro. I ain't sneezing no more. But,
He's immune to cats now.
when I named my top 5 artists in that episode, the number 5 spot was a dude from Tulsa, Oklahoma named Johnny Polygon. Mm-hmm. Johnny might be on the show, so shout out to Johnny. We can't announce that yet. But I discovered him because not even his music. This nigga was in the Pursuit of Happiness video with Kid Cudi. And I just so happened to recognize his face on a YouTube video.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, I'm like, he looked familiar.
Yeah.
And then he showed it. It was him in the video. I'm like, oh, let me listen to it. This shit fire.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So it kind of, so that's how like I got into Nip. Because of Gambino. Royalty was a dope-ass mixtape.
Yeah.
So, with that, I want to ask you guys another question. Who's your favorite new artist?
New.
Now, what means new? Because Nip is kind of new.
Nip's not new.
Where's the cutoff?
Right.
Royalty came out in 2012.
Kind
Nip
of
ain't
new.
new.
You got to establish the year for
All right,
that.
Nip came out with
Give us a
Wisdom
year,
already.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Now, going back to 2018.
so 5 years about.
Yeah. Who
The
else?
last
Who
5
I
years.
listen to?
I'm gonna go with 2 artists that, and I don't. It's funny. I don't listen to a bunch of their songs, but every time I hear them, they spitting some shit, some knowledge that I fuck with. I'm going with La Russell and Simba.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going with them too.
I like that name. That's a dope name. Lil Russell. I like that.
Damn, bro.
What? I like the name. Fuck.
Yeah, I bet you do.
My
Last
favorite.
name for us.
You got one?
I don't fuck with none of these new
My
cats.
favorite new artist. Well, Handsome High, you're not a new artist.
No.
Vito Corley. Who do I like? I like Dirk though. Dirk, my nigga. I fuck with Dirk heavy.
Okay.
That's my nigga.
I'm about to
Dirk.
say it.
But yeah, Dirk been out forever too.
That's why I
But
feel,
Yeah, 5 is.
Nigga said, "Lil Baby, the baby." I like them niggas.
a little nigga.
Gunna. Young Thug is not new, right?
and-
I was thinking him, but I don't think it's 5 years.
And no disrespect, I just don't. I listen to R&B. So you said artists, I was like that. That's why he was like top 5 artists. That's crazy,
Right.
Luther Vandross, like
Yeah,
there's so much.
right.
You know what I mean? So because we R&B heads,
R&B
you know what I'm saying?
heads,
So
facts.
I don't know a lot of new rappers. That's crazy. I know a lot of new singers.
Okay.
Lucky Day, that's my guy. Like on top of my head, but rappers, I don't know.
We can stick with Lucky Day. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I would say for me is Don Toliver.
Okay. I just
Is he a
he got
rapper?
some new stuff.
He's in the
He
middle
give me
of
that
it.
fusion type stuff.
He'll sing.
Yeah, he's
He'll
fire.
sing one
He's
song,
dope.
Yeah, he's fire.
and then he'll be spitting another
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
So
Nah,
I
he's
fuck
fire.
with Don, though. Don's it.
Yeah.
I fuck with damn, I always butcher his last
I
name.
was like, put me on. I'm gonna listen to this shit.
Toby Ningu.
Oh, yeah.
Toby.
He's
Toby
bro,
Boy.
I
I've
would definitely.
been fucking with Toby
he's
for
dope.
a minute.
You know what I'm
yo.
saying? Like,
Toby got
definitely
bars. Yo.
Yeah,
I've been
Toby's
fucking with
fire.
Toby for a minute. Yo.
Toby's
I don't know
fire.
if that's in that 5-year
Shout out to
cutoff.
Houston.
That's what I'm
but-
Shout out to
saying.
Houston.
Yeah, big shout out to Houston.
Both of them Houston artists. Shout out to Houston.
Nah, Toby fire. Yo. I've been following him for a minute. Yo.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
facts.
But yo, we really appreciate y'all for coming through.
Thank
Real
y'all
talk.
for inviting
Real
us.
talk,
Man,
man.
we could do
This was amazing. Yo. I hope y'all had a great time. Yo. We had a good fucking time. But before we get up out of here, we want y'all to plug y'all stuff. Let the people know where they can find y'all. Y'all got more shows coming out. Y'all got something popping
Yes,
up on
sir.
YouTube, Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Let them know where they can follow y'all
Share
at.
it all.
I mean, you can follow Verse for Verse Pod anywhere. Follow BG Thunder 77. I am James Rich, and me, Mr. High, Mr. Underscore High. Just type in Handsome High, and I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
everywhere.
we do events, do
Facts.
parties,
Facts.
everything. So
Follow Burgers
us.
and J's. Follow, you know what I mean? We got
Just
everything.
follow us,
And they
we'll
gonna
get
show
in
y'all
touch.
where the vibe at, you know.
everything
And we
we
would
do.
be remiss if we did not shout out our DJ for making our track. Shout out No Talent Beats. Happy
birthday,
birthday, brother.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
Birthday.
No Talent Beats. Play us out, brother.
Yes, sir.
It's me.
We should make this like a quarterly thing at least.
Facts.
At least.
Yes.
With it.
When the next song we gonna break down.
He doesn't even tell us.
Yeah, we don't know.